How could one of the most famous people in the 90s get shot dead without his murderer being arrested? Tupac is the most influential rapper of all time. When mentioning rap, Tupac will always come to mind. Tupac was shot dead on the 7th of September 1996. The shooting occurred when Tupac's car stopped at a red light at East Flamingo Road in Las Vegas. Tupac was in the car with a person called Suge Knight. Moments after Tupac's car stopping at the red light, a car would pull up next to them and fire shots at Tupac, with 2 shots hitting him in the chest. Tupac died due to his fatal injuries in the hospital. In 1996, the time which Tupac Shakur got killed, camera surveillance wasn't a common thing in the streets of Las Vegas. Venues such as casinos had high security surveillance cameras inside and outside the venue. However, the area in which the shooting occurred had no casinos, thus video surveillance evidence wasn't available on the incident for police to use. With this in mind, police relied heavily on testimony as an evidence. The information the police had after the death of Tupac is the color of the car the shooters were inside, as well as witnesses stating that the shots that killed Tupac came from the backseat of the white Cadillac the shooters used to assassinate Tupac. It is worth mentioning that Tupac himself wasn't a part of any gang. However, he had connections with the Bloods gang, with the people suspected in Tupac's murder being from an opposition gang, which is the Crips. This makes Tupac's case gang-related in motive. After the incident, police decide to gather evidence from eyewitnesses, which could possibly lead them to the suspects. Eyewitnesses of the incidents at that time include Suge Knight, who was the driver of Tupac's car and is the same person who rushed him into the hospital. Other witnesses included Tupac's hotel staff, which witnessed the white Cadillac carrying the shooter's pull-up. Other witnesses also included Tupac's bodyguards, which were following from the back of his car and also witnessed the incident. These people were all interviewed by the police. However, the only information the police were able to obtain from them was the car model as well as what part of the car the shots came from, which in this case is agreed to be from the back seat. Police have stated that all the eyewitnesses gave minimum information about the incident, with police and detectives involved in the case stating that the witnesses of Tupac's murder knew more than what they chose to say. On the other hand, the witnesses refused to give information because of the fact that this is a gang-related crime and snitching wasn't part of the street code at the time. Tupac's companions refused to snitch even if it meant that the person who killed their friend got away. The reason they refused to do so is because they stated in later interviews that the police did not provide witness protection for the witnesses after the incident. Tupac's hotel staff as well as his bodyguards were left vulnerable by the police and weren't provided protection. As a result of this, all the witnesses chose their own life safety over giving police any information, which in turn can result in gang retaliation and other people being killed, including themselves, from Tupac's circle. Thus, a long time would pass without any leads. Tens of years would pass and the witnesses themselves do not recall the specific events anymore at this time, such as the number plate of the shooter's car. Witnesses said if police provided them with protection at that time, the situation would have been different and highly likely that Tupac's killer would be arrested, something the police did not do. Police, on the other hand, have stated that they underestimated this gang retaliation risk, which witnesses were afraid of and is the main reason they refused to talk. Police will only get actual evidence on the people involved in Tupac's killing more than 10 years later. In 2023, the person who planned the shooting of Tupac was arrested and he confessed that he knew who the person that shot Tupac is. He stated that the person who killed Tupac is someone called Orlando Anderson. This person has died in 1998, 27 years ago. By the time police were reaching a conclusion to who killed Tupac, all the people involved in the shooting as well as eyewitnesses were either dead or had no recall of the events that happened 10 years ago in the first place. The reason Tupac's killer wasn't arrested is mainly due to police negligence in not treating this case seriously and not evaluating the possible risks. Rest in peace, Tupac.